I've got Rod Woodson here in studio. I have Chris Law sitting to my left. Chris Brockman soon coming over from his post to join us here on our what we call the Madden set on our program that you can see on DirecTV Audience Channel 239 as well as the NFL Now app, which is a powerful device to say the least. You put it on your mobile device and you see videos. You see this program streamed live. There's lots of good reasons to get that. Rod Woodson, we talked about the marquee games earlier, the games on the marquee. And we always say it's a marquee game. There really isn't a marquee per se. We just create it.
Yeah.
Okay?
I got it.
And we've got those games that we talked about. We had Miami and Detroit. We had San Francisco and the Saints. And we also had the Sunday night game with the Packers and the Bears. Now, though, we're talking about sneaky good games. Sneaky good games.
Psst. These are sneaky good games.
What do you think, Rod?
I feel that was kind of weird. I had a guy whistling in my ear.
Yeah, but they're sneaky good games.
There's some out there.
They sneak up on you, which is why they have that Flintstone sound effects. The first one is in Western New York. The Buffalo Bills coming off a bye at 5-3. The Chiefs having won 3 in a row, 5-3. This is a sneaky good game, Rod Woodson. Do you agree?
I think it's better than a sneaky game. I think this is one of the marquee games.
You do?
They're both 5-3. They're both in the playoff race. KC's playing really good football. They didn't play great last week, but they won. Alex Smith didn't have a great game, but their defense is leading the way. And then you look at the Buffalo Bills. Who thought that they were going to be 5-3?
I know.
Certainly not me, but I also would never have guessed that Anthony Dixon would go by the name of Booby all of a sudden. You heard about that?
Have not heard that.
Booby Dixon.
Is that like Friday Night Lights?
I don't know. Do you go on?
Booby Miles?
Yeah. There's Anthony Dixon coming out of the backfield.
So I'm not calling him. I'm calling the game this week for Westwood.
Are you really?
I'm not calling him Booby.
He's Anthony to you. So you'll be there. You will be there for this game.
I will be there.
What do you expect out of this game, though? What do you expect?
I think KC will win the game, but I think Buffalo will give a fight. But, I'm looking at it just for the fact that Kyle Orton has only played 4 games. He's been sacked 17 times already.
Wow.
I'm not great in math, but that's a little bit over 4 a game. That's not great. Their defense is outstanding, though. I think Jim Schwartz coming as a defensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills has given that defense some attitude. That front 4 can get after any quarterback in this league. They're leading the league in sacks.
And they're missing Kiko Alonso, too, from that defense, right? Out for the season.
He was spectacular last year.
Marcel Darius, wasn't there a question at the beginning of the season whether or not he would make the roster, and now he leads the team in sacks?
D-tackle.
Yeah.
Leading the team in sacks.
Yeah, they have a stout pass rush. They have, obviously, a deep bench at running back that's being tested.
Fred Jackson practiced on Wednesday.
There you go. So maybe Fred Jackson will be in that game. That's something for fantasy players to keep in their mind's eye, Brockman. We've got Hall of Famer Rod Woodson here for the sneaky good games that I think the Rams, having beaten Seattle and then having beaten San Francisco, they're going for the trifecta now, going to Arizona, coming off of that big win in Dallas. The Rams at 3-5 going into the Valley of the Sun. Sneaky good game, Rod Woodson. Sneaky good game.
That will be a good game. First of all, it's a divisional game. But when you look at, if you guys been watching these games, if you look at the 49ers and you look at Seattle, they just don't look like the same teams of last year.
Not at all.
Previous years.
They don't have that wow factor.
They're right, but the Arizona Cardinals, they have a wow factor. Their defense is playing really good football. Their offense is playing outstanding. And Carson Palmer looks like 05-06 Carson Palmer of Cincinnati Bengals.
Yes.
He has some weapons. We know about Larry Fitzgerald. John Brown is extremely fast. And Ellington the offense features him. He's going to get about 30 touches a game, about 20 carries, about 10 targets in the passing game.
Yep.
He is the key to that offense.
He's the engine, right? He's the engine of that offense.
Is.
And the Rams' defense, the front 7 that we've been waiting to see all year long, they showed up in San Francisco. They had more sacks in the first half of the game than they had previous the entire season. And maybe they can just get the pressure up front in the face of Carson Palmer and make a difference in this game as well.
Bruce Arians is a really good coach. He's going to be waiting for that pass rush. So I think it's going to be more quick game early to slow it down.
There you go.
Some screens to slow it down. That's what they do anyway. And, you talk about Robert Quinn. He had no sacks in the first 5 weeks. And the last several weeks, he's starting to feel his groove. But then, no Chris Long.
Right.
And if they ever get him back this year, that'll add to it.
Something's kind of got to give too, right? Because the Cardinals are 5-0 in the conference, and the Rams are 2-1 in the division, 1-4 in the rest. So, I mean, something has to give here. And you mentioned Todd Bowles last week a lot. Carson Palmer was telling you the job Todd Bowles has been doing on defense.
And Austin Davis, I started him in fantasy last week with Romo out, really shaky against the 49ers last week.
And Todd Bowles, I know you mentioned this too. It's time that he gets a good look-see come January or February for a head coaching job in this league.
He did a great job last year, and what he's doing without a lot of his stars is a tremendous job.
And, it's also sneaky good about this game. On the call, in the booth, doing the color analysis is Matthew Hasselbeck for Fox.
Wow.
This weekend on his bye week. Yeah, McAfee's on NFL AM this week. Matthew, for his bye week, is going to be in the booth calling the game.
Really?
Yeah, I look forward to that.
Are they allowed to do that?
Yeah. They're going to do it.
It's happening.
And guess what? I'll be taking copious notes from
How would
Matthew.
that have gone over in the locker room with you? He's a backup quarterback.
I'm not even a fan of Brandon Marshall doing it.
I know you're not.
It's kind of weird. But it's kind of weird for a guy still play to be on the other side.
But what is he supposed to do on his bye? Can he go to Arizona and
go to Mexico?
Like Tony? Back in the day. One more. I've got one more for you. On Monday Night Football, you've got the sinking Carolina Panthers. Once upon a time, 2-0. They've only won one game since then. They're now 3-5-1, taking on, of all quarterbacks, Mark Sanchez and the Philadelphia Eagles, who I'd be very curious to see what this offense looks like with Sanchez starting it. Sneaky good game on the worldwide leader of sports? What do you think?
I think it will be an interesting game, just for the fact that Mark Sanchez came in, threw 2 picks, threw 2 touchdowns. This Kelly offense doesn't work without a leader. I mean, that's a question mark. The defense
Why can't
doesn't
Sanchez be the leader? Why can't Sanchez be the leader?
He could be the leader in New York.
What does that mean?
I just don't know. I just don't know if he's going to be that guy, because you got to take care of the football.
Yeah.
You come in your first time out and you throw 2 picks in the first game. Yeah, you win the game, yes. But going against, I think, a team that has the talent to win, the Carolina Panthers, you give a couple of turnovers over, you're not going to win that game.
I almost try to sneak into sneaky good games, the 1-8 Jets against the Steelers. Almost try. I mean, is there a possibility that gets sneaky good, Rod? That Vic starting at home, Percy Harvin had over 100 yards receiving last week.
11 catches.
Big Ben is red hot, but this is now on the road. They haven't been on the road in a while. Rex can dial something up. I know, but they're still not home. They're still not sitting at Heinz.
The Jaguars-Cowboys is a bit more sneaky good game than this, right?
I don't know.
This is your New York talking.
That is true right there. Yeah, I get what you're saying with the Jets. Can you have a letdown? I don't think that's going to
Did you hear what Tomlin said, that he's no longer allowing dancing by the kickoff coverage team that gets into the moment by listening to the music that's played, saying that, after Jacoby Jones ran one back and some of his coverage team was dancing before the kickoff and then gave one up.
I don't have a problem with that. Do your job.
Yeah, but
then dance.
But can't you but maybe doing their job, they can dance a little bit, get into the moment. That psychs them up.
Have you seen all those? That happens. But have you seen all the celebrations of guys getting hurt? You guys showed that a little while ago.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Lamar Houston, it was a trash sack. He jumps in the air.
You're down 20.
You're right. You're down 20. You jump in there because you got a sack. That's your job, and now you're out for the season. Just
you're old school. I love
it.
And thus, you think we should change this? What we're about to hit right now. The last time we should play the sneaky good games jingle. We need to work on this. Play it one more time, Mike Del Tifo.
Psst. These are sneaky good games.
What's the?
I think it's growing on me.
Is it?
It's kind of growing. It's kind of like
it's creeping out, Rod.
Like, shh.
So it's sneaky good. So that's sneaky good.
I don't know if that's kind of.
Rod Woodson, thank you for joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show once again. We'll have you back on. Enjoy. You'll be doing the Kansas City-Buffalo game on Westwood One. Good to see you, sir. That's Rod Woodson here on the Rich Eisen Show.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.